What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again giving you the information that you asked me for. Make sure you go to the askchazzellisproject.com because now we have a thing where you can help pick the next video. Whatever you like, go on there and pick the next video. It's a little spot for that. We'll take in everybody's votes and stuff like that, and what everybody wants to do as a topic, and that's how we'll pick the video. Also, if you want to get a consultation or you want to make a donation to keep the Chaz Ellis Project going, keep the videos coming, you can do that on the askchazzellisproject.com also. And also make sure you keep subscribing to Ask Chaz Ellis Live. Anyway, I got a question from a lady that she said, do you know about this thing that's going on with Nivea and Christina Milian? In case you don't remember Nivea, she had some songs, Don't Mess With My Man. Christina Milian is also a singer too. Apparently, Christina was messing with her man, I guess, or her ex-man or whatever. Because apparently, Christina Milian started dating Lil Wayne, and before that was with The Dream, the producer, The Dream. So, Nivea kind of got a little upset about it. She said, I don't want to confuse the kids or whatever. Okay. So, that's kind of what she said. Anyway, the person that asked me, they said, hey, do you think that as the mother of a man's child, don't I have a right to say who's going to be around my kid and who's going to spend time with my child? Because, it is my child. I get where you're coming from, but the answer to that question is no. And that's the fathers too. Goes for fathers too. Baby mama is not a title. And I know that's going to upset a few people. And it's going to hit close to home with some people. It's going to make some people upset. And I'm probably going to get a couple comments, inboxes, and things of that nature. But I'm hoping that this will help you out. Because, unfortunately, in our society, things become popular and people start misinforming each other. And somewhere along the line, people got misinformed that baby mama is some kind of title or some place of high esteem, and that someone is going to hold you in high esteem because you have a child by them. That's probably not going to happen. Truth be told, you're just going to fall into the category of X. And people say, oh, we bonded together for life. We got a baby together. No, you really not. I mean, that sounds cool to say, but ultimately, you're really not. I mean, yeah, they're bonded to the child and you're bonded to the child. Y'all ain't bonded together. Y'all don't care nothing about each other. Y'all don't even got each other's best interests at heart half the time. So, baby mama is just a title. It's just something cool to say if you want to elevate yourself in some way. Like, I'm his baby mama, okay? I am the mother of his child, okay? But that doesn't put you in no better position because other people might have kids by him too, and then where are you? If that's what you pride yourself on, where are you then? What if he goes around and have 5 kids by 5 different people? And I see a lot of women who will be in this situation where they'll have a kid by somebody because they think that that's going to bring them some sort of title or that's going to bring them some sort of connection where they're going to be a family with this dude. That doesn't make you a family. That doesn't make you have something special with this dude. I know that's upsetting some people that I'm giving you this information, but I'm telling you this for your own good. When you have babies by these dudes, you got to understand the fact that if y'all don't stay together, you are just a regular person to them. Don't start thinking that you're going to have some elevated status or they're going to have to respect you no matter what. Don't ever disrespect your baby mama because she's doing everything she can to take care of your child. I mean, that's your kid too. So you're supposed to be doing everything you can. You're not doing that person no favors by taking care of your own kid. And he ain't doing you no favors by taking care of his own kid. Unless he's giving you a bunch of extra money that you living off of, he's not doing you any favors by taking care of his own child. Unfortunately, people have kids, and guys do this too, but I've just seen where it's become condoned for women to do this kind of thing. It's become a thing where, like, a lot of women feel like they're supposed to be at some elevated status because they have babies by people. And some of y'all got babies by multiple people. So it's like, how can they really put you at an elevated status when you can't do that for them in return? I never really hear some stuff like, yo, don't disrespect him, that's your baby daddy. I don't really hear that. So you can't expect some higher level of respect just because you had a baby. I mean, it doesn't. If you're not giving him respect because he's the father of your children, you can't really expect him to give you any because You're the mother of his children. I mean, you might feel like you did him a favor, but really you had your own baby. You know, I know that might sound cruel. I mean, I know that might not sound like I'm showing respect or reverence, but it's your kid. I'm just being real and honest, because unfortunately somewhere along the line people started feeling like this was a position of reverence, and what they've done with that is caused a lot of women to get confused and think that these guys are going to treat them better than they really are. And realistically, that's not going to happen. He's going to get a new girl most likely, and that new girl is going to be the most important person to him. Now, yeah, of course his children are going to be important to him, and they're going to be right there in that high level of importance also. But as they are connected to you, no. Most likely not. He's not going to really care about you and your situation. He's going to care about his new girl and their situation, because that's his life. You know, a lot of times what women will do is feel like they're attached to the child. Like, you're supposed to care about us. It's no us. It's just them, the kids, and then you. You're separate. No one. That's the way it's going to be. And people who are telling you differently are lying to you. And I think that's wrong for somebody to tell you that lie, because that's why a lot of women have babies by these dudes, because they're expecting some level of reverence to come with that. And a lot of times the dude is like, you really didn't do me a favor by having a baby by me. I'm paying you money for this baby. I'm keeping the child with it also, you know, and you're, you know, coming in here and telling me who I can have around my kid and who I can't. You know, and this is for guys too. You can't tell somebody who they can have around their baby. If you don't feel like you can trust their judgment, well, you shouldn't have had a baby by them. That was your decision. So you can't sit here and say, well, now that we're not together, I don't trust your judgment, and I want to tell you who you can have around your child. And the same, you know, it's both ways. Like, you know, they can have whoever they want to around their kid. That's their child too. Just like you expect them to pay you some money for that child, for child support or whatever, that because it's their child too, well, then when decisions come around, it's their child also. You know, you don't have some elevated status where you get to tell somebody what to do in their life just because you have a baby by them. If you don't feel like their judgment is good, then you shouldn't have had a baby by them. But you did. You made that choice, so now you have to trust their judgment regarding your child. Period. That's just the way it is. You don't have a right to tell that person what to do with their life. You don't have the right to tell that person who they can see. You don't have a right to tell that person where they can live or who they can talk to. As long as you have access to your child, that's all that matters. As long as they're doing what they're supposed to do to take care of your child, according to the laws of the land, then you don't have nothing to say about it. And I'm sorry that that may offend some people or bother some people, but that's what you need to hear, because that's the way it is. Some of y'all getting yourself all emotionally bent out of shape because this dude go from person to person, sleeping with different girls and having babies by different girls. You slept with the dude. You had a baby by him. If you feel like that's bothering you, then that's somebody you shouldn't have messed with. But you did, so now let's accept it and move on. You know, and some of these dudes are the same way. You know, they're like, oh man, she got all kind of dudes around my kid. You know, as long as those dudes are not hurting the kid, as long as she's not putting them in danger. Now, I'm the same with him. As long as nobody's putting them in danger, like just having random people watch your kids and stuff like that, I don't think that's right. But you got to understand that could be their prerogative also to do that. Now, if something happens to the kid, of course, I mean, they got to face the consequences just like anybody else, you know. If they have your kid around some woman and she ends up beating the kid, well, then they got to face the consequences. You know, they made a wrong decision. They got to face the consequences. But other than that, you have to trust that person's judgment. You had a baby by them. That's just the way it is. But you also have to accept the fact that they have their own life that's independent of you. And at no point are y'all going to cross over unless y'all get back together. You know, you can't sit here and expect, oh, well, you need to let me meet this person before y'all get serious with each other. No, that's not how it is, man. You had a baby by the person. You don't get to meet their new boyfriend. You don't get to meet their new girlfriend and decide. Because you don't got no decision to make anyway. You don't have no dog in the fight. Yeah, these are your kids, but that's their life. Their life does not hold because you need to make sure that your kids are protected. Do you meet everybody that your kid goes to school with? Nope. Do you know the bus driver? Probably not. Do you know all your kids' teachers? Most of y'all don't take the time out to even know that. But you want to know everybody that this person is dating because that's the biggest thing in the world. Come on now. Most of y'all don't even know everybody that work at your kid's daycare. But yeah, you got to know everybody that this person is dating or dealing with or whatever the case. Look, you decide to have a baby with them. If they got the worst judgment in the world, that's on you. You made that choice, and you gotta live with it. Of course, you can protect your kids as much as you possibly can by asking them questions, talking to them, and making sure that they are straight. And if something happens, you can take every legal measure that you possibly can to do something about it. But as far as that, other than that, you don't have no elevated status. And baby mama is not a title. It's not something that means anything to him. You were just the person you're on this side of the kids, he's on this side of the kids. And y'all both mean something to them. But as far as each other are concerned, y'all are exes. Nothing more. At some point, people have to start accepting that and moving on. Otherwise, you stay dwelling on who you used to be with and what they're doing and who they're with now and making excuses, talking about well, I just want to make sure my kids are. No, you just want to stay in that person's business and this is your excuse to do so. Don't try to fool me. I know what's up. All right, hopefully I was able to help you out with that. I know I probably offended some people, and it happens. Make sure you hit me up on askchazzellisproject.com. Also, make sure you hit me up on askchazzellis on Facebook. Like I said, if you want to make a decision on when the next video is going to be, you got to go to the askchazzellisproject.com, and it's a place where you can choose the next video. So we'll see what everybody picks. Y'all, and go on there and answer some questions and stuff too. There's all kind of discussions going on there right now. Peace.